Hello everyone, it's MetalMonster here, and we are in Fallout 4. Now I've just made this place a bit more helpful. I've put some took off my power armor. I put some combat armor on with the Brotherhood of Steel logo. I've added vivid weathers, which might cost my frame rate, so that's great. I've dressed F4 in some Brotherhood armor, so we had to stuff his butt cheeks and everything. It was quite fun. For Nick. Damn it. So I'm going to now continue making molecular structure relay, whatever it's called. So now we've got to go to Rock to Ingram. I don't know how many frames I'm getting. Hopefully it's a few.
Brother. We're here to save the Commonwealth.
I know. Hello.
Ingram?
Any luck building the platform yet?
I nailed it.
Yes. I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now I know some of that might as well be in Greek, so I'll be around if you have any questions.
Looks good, Ingram.
Looks good, Ingram. I'll get to work right away.
I wish I had your confidence. Oh, one last thing before I forget. It's important that all the components are wired together so all the pieces are on a single grid. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. If you need any help, I'll be over at the build site making some adjustments and calculations. I'd wish you good luck, Knight, but I think we're both going to need it.
Rightio.
If you run into any sense, shoot to kill.
Shoot
We
to
don't
kill.
take prisoners.
What if the nice synths wearing Brotherhood armor? Alright, more. Gotta do more stuff now. Oh, crafting bench. Alright, pop this. Feel like you want it there. That. Well, I think I have all the parts. I have a lot of cloth and steel, I do. Oh dear, that's a lot of stuff. Don't remember having that much stuff. I can't remember what happened. Alright, that looks everyone's having a break. It's like, you know, sit in the rain. Alright, is that everything? I think that's everything. Ah, here we go.
Maxon's waiting to talk to you, and I'm not throwing the switch until he gives us the go-ahead.
Alright, so Maxon wants to talk to me. I'm guessing... Alright, I'll go and find him. Maxon!
I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot.
Hello, Maxon.
Sir.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Sure am.
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Nothing's going to stop me. Wait, what? Nothing's going to stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to
I
get
think I forgot to
inside,
stay
huh?
when.
Good. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. So it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
That's fortunate.
That's fortunate.
Yes, it was. Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, She developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised the Brotherhood let her go.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
Consider it done, Elder.
Consider it done, Elder.
Very good. Very good. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission, and don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
Thank you. Alright. Vivid weather seems to make a lot more rain on your screen. Alright.
Proctor.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this. I have a fan on in the background too, so I hope this doesn't mess up the recording.
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto.
It's a constant noise, so I think it would
You
disappear.
wanted to get into the Institute, right? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers.
Is it radio?
I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck
Turn
of
off
a lot
radio.
of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%,
Oh,
80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1.
Oh
Stay
dear.
safe, soldier.
I can't think
Dad
of
says
better.
not the time to talk about the breadwin. Boosh. I'm alive. Right, cool.
Hello.
Hello?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father.
Father.
The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Cool. Oh, I'm stuck. It's
I
like-
can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Institute.
Holy crap. Wow, this place is big.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait.
Some of the
You are
CIT
here for a
ruins.
specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Mm-hmm. Do. Oh. Oh yes, finally. Oh, will he recognize me? Probably not. Wow, Sean.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Is that really you, Sean?
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Where is everyone?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
He probably doesn't even know me, so, Sean, you okay? Yeah, here, are you?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Why is he in a cage? It's so weird. Just open the door.
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Sean, I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Please, Sean, I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Who's this lad? Oh, old guy, sorry.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing.
Who's turned off?
The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand.
Oh, it's
We're only just now
yeah.
beginning to explore
An
the
android.
effects of extreme emotional stimuli.
extreme emotional.
Please try and keep an open mind.
Even the
I
radio's
recognize
white.
that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges.
Has
Let's start anew. I am Father.
been. And I am fatigued.
Welcome to the Institute.
Father, that's your name or your title?
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
Well, where's my son?
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
What? But you're older than me. How is that even possible?
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of
Oh,
the passage
yeah.
of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
Oh. Well, it wasn't right what they did, taking you from me like that.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity
and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
I think I see where this is going.
I think I see where this is going.
Then perhaps you already understand why it was necessary for the Institute to acquire me. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
60 years, so much time wasted.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Right, got there. Kellogg worked for you.
Kellogg? He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up.
Your mother? She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she is to you?
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute now.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
You sure? They're scared of you, Sean. They're scared of the Institute.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
I think I'm gonna bluff here. Yes, that's what I want. I mean, if that little kid is a synth, how do I know this dude's not a synth? I know the whole thing's an act.
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
Never noticed this before, but the facial animations are quite good, to be honest. I think they're a bit like you could tell that they really tried. I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Alright. See the Institute now. Woo, a lot of stairs.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go.
Just adjusting my controllers.
Unit, you can return to
There we
duty.
go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place originally and how long it's been here?
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.